Hey guys, how are you? Welcome back to Therapy with Miss T, where I'm Miss T and I got a quick message, okay? So don't mind me, guys. Grand rising on this, what is it, Monday now? It's a new week, it's a new beginning, it's a new thing, right? A new thing. Some of you guys are about to have a new thing. But nonetheless, how are you all doing? I hope everyone is blessed, safe, and well. I had a dream last night. I have a dream message. So, like I tell you guys, every day is not your day. Every message is not your message. But if you've helped one, you've helped some. So I hope that this message helps someone. But in this dream, guys, it was so crazy because this is going to be for a very select few, this dream. But it was crazy because I was in a store, right? I was like at a store, I was somewhere. And there was an older woman. It looked like a grandmother, and there was a younger a boy, a child, a younger boy or a teenager, something like that. And he was taking something, he was stealing something, he was taking something that didn't belong to him, that he hadn't paid for in this dream, right? And we were in some sort of store, and it wasn't until they got back the grandmother realized, okay, you did something you weren't supposed to do. And in the dream, she called the authorities, all right? So in this dream, that went from a store to where a child was taking something that didn't belong to them to the adult, then having to go back home and call the authorities to let them know. There's something around this time where if it's not a son or if it's not a boy and it's not a grandmother, it could be a grandfather, it could be a girl, it could be a daughter. There's something here about someone that is going to have to be reprimanded. That's what I was getting from the dream. For some of you guys around this time, whether you're the parent, the adult, the grandparent, there could be something about a child. Maybe there's something about a younger child, someone that stole something, that someone that is going to steal, right? Someone that is going to take something that doesn't belong to them. Maybe you're going to have to reprimand someone, or someone's going to have to get reprimanded or taught a lesson in a sense so that they know not to do that anymore. That's how I was getting it in this dream, is that the grandparent was having to teach the child not to do something anymore, but the child was very upset because the grandparent called the authorities, okay? So there's something around this time where someone may have to call the authorities to teach the child a lesson, or take them back up to the store, or take them to where they took the item. It was something like that. Someone's going to get called on for stealing something that doesn't belong to them. That's how I was getting it in this dream and in this message, okay? But then it's so crazy because I kid you not, yesterday when I was in the store, I actually saw a older gentleman, and he actually stole something as well. And I saw him put, it was like, I think, a pack of gum or something. I don't know what was going on in this store, but I actually seen the man put it in his pocket. So it's so crazy because there could be something about theft around this time. Someone taking something that doesn't belong to them, someone putting something in their pocket, someone stealing something, right? And I was really being drawn to that as well. So in this season and around this time, there could be a lot of theft going on. There could be a lot of stealing going on. Be mindful of your money. Be mindful of your wallets, your cards, your finances, things that belong to you, because in this season, people are not so much desperate, but they are willing to do and try anything that they can to get by, right? So yeah, I don't know what that was about or who that message is for, but for someone around this time, there could be something about something being stolen and someone having to be taught a lesson, or the authorities having to get involved because there was a child or there was someone that was younger that took something that didn't belong to them, and there was a grandparent or an adult or someone trying to teach them a lesson. There's something about being taught a lesson at this time, and maybe there's something about trying to teach them at a young age what they can't do when they get older. That was the message, and that's how I got it. That's how I got it in the dream. And it's so crazy because in this season, guys, and around this time, there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot going on. And the enemy is very tricky and very busy. Stay prayed up. I don't care what your situation looks like. I don't care how heavy it is, how dark it is, or what anybody says about you. You are doing the very best that you can. If you are getting up every day and you haven't given up and you are still pushing, you are doing the very best that you can. And despite what anyone says or thinks about you, you know, God loves you. The Most High loves you. So let them talk about you. Let them say things about you. They don't know your story. They don't know your struggles. They don't know your pain. They don't know when you cry alone. They don't know when you trying to find a way out of no way. They don't know how hard it's been for you. And they don't know how many obstacles and battles you've had to really overcome. So, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And Jesus taught us that. So if any of you guys are going through some things, trust me, everybody's going through some things. I don't care how good they make their stuff look. They still going through some things. I'm going through things. It doesn't matter how pretty it looks, how good it looks, how well you dress it up. Deep down on the inside, you are still going through some things. And it's okay to be going through some things. Don't let the world make you think it's not, because at the end of the day, your emotions are your emotions. Your feelings are your feelings, and you are entitled to have them. God did not put you here to be emotionalist, right? You have a heart. A heart is supposed to have feelings. So if you feel any type of way, if you feel some type of way, if things are going on in your life, if you're not understanding or understanding what is happening, why is so much warfare around you, why it's so heavy, why it's so difficult, why it just won't stop, why every month is a struggle, why every day is an obstacle, why you feel like you having to rob Peter to pay Paul, why you feel like sometimes you just ready to get over a hump, you just ready to get over this, you just ready to get over that, you just ready to get out of debt, you just ready to pay off some things, you just ready to live the best life that you can, and you don't bother nobody, you don't do nothing, you drink your water and mind your business. But see, the enemy knows that you are meant to do something beyond your own comprehension at this time. You don't see it, you don't know it, you can't pertain it, you can't conceive it just yet. But see, the enemy knows what it is, and there's other people that know as well, and they are doing anything in their power to try to stop you, block you, and any and everything else, because they don't like that it's you. There are people that hate you, there are people that hate on you, there are people that are jealous of you, there are people that wish they could be you, and there are people that wish they had the gifts and the talents that you have, and they don't have them. God didn't give it to them, God gave it to you, and they're jealous of that. So you just keep pushing in this season, and you just keep going despite whoever says what, however it may look. God is going to prevail in your life like no other. And one day, someday, these very people that was looking down on you, that was talking about you, they're going to look up to you. They're going to have no choice but to look up to you, because God tells you he will make your enemies your footstool. So if you just stay prayed up in this season, I know it may look a mess, I know it may seem a mess, but what you think happened to Job when he was going through his moment? You think people didn't give up on Job when he lost everything? You think people wasn't talking about Job? You think people wasn't disgracing him and talking about him and putting dirt to his name? And look at God. He restored him tenfold, whatever and anything he could possibly imagine. What can them people say then? What can they say when God restores you? That's the message. What can they say? They could talk all that talk. They could talk all that mess, and God heard everything they said, which makes it even better for you, because God loves somebody that's not a believer. See, they can talk all that mess, but God has the final say so. So just praise to the Most High in this season. I don't care what your circumstances look like. If the Most High God could bring me out of a room after 13 months and I almost lost my mind, trust me, he can bring you out of anything. And that's real talk. And I don't care what nobody says, because that's my testimony. And that's what I went through. And I'll be darned if anybody tries to silence my story, because I went through some things. Maybe one day, someday, you'll read about it in a book. I don't know. Maybe one day, someday, I'll really put it all out there. But I don't care what nobody says when I talk about my story, because I went through it and they didn't. So they can't tell me about how I feel, because I endured what I endured. Just like I can't tell nobody how they should feel when they endure what they endure. So you stay prayed up, keep pushing, and just know in this season, it's really real at this time, and there's a lot of theft and stuff going on. So keep an eye on your finances and what you got going on in your life, because people are hating, people are jealous, and they don't like that it's you. That's the message. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. So yeah, guys, that was the dream. That was the message. It was real short, sweet, and simple, but in the long run, there's something about teaching someone a lesson and letting them know that they can't steal from you, or they can't steal from wherever they stole something from. That's the message. That's what I got. That's what I got for you. So get your day going, get your week going, work on your vessels. I gotta get ready to go get some money and work. As always, I hope everyone is blessed, safe, and well. And until next time, as always, guys, what we tell them. Namaste.